Hi, my name is Patricia Moyer. I am the daughter of John and Patricia Babel. I am in the process of raising money to help support the financial costs of my dad. He needs surgery. It's called a cochlear implant surgery. And so I just wanted to make this video to give information about the situation, and it's a little bit easier to show you and tell you instead of just you reading it on Facebook or on the GoFundMe page. So this is it. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry if this gets a little emotional and I cry, because my parents mean a lot to me, and I'm doing this as a surprise for them. They don't know about it. I actually just got done talking to my dad on the phone like 5 minutes ago, and I had this idea to do this so people can have more information about the situation. And so my dad, we think he was starting to lose his hearing from like a work situation. Don't know if that was the cause. It's hard to pinpoint what's really started the downfall of his hearing going downhill. But I remember we were living in Johnstown in a yellow house on Dravis Street, or was it Mayliff? No, it was Mayliff, sorry. And I was 13. And my dad was starting to have a hard time hearing, and he needed to go to the doctors, and it was a lot of out-of-pocket expenses at the time. So that's why I remember, my parents talking about it and it being a struggle. So I remember one Sunday from church, the pastor talked about praying, and she kept a journal of all her prayer requests, and then when God answered them, she would check them off. So I got the idea at 13 that I saw that my dad was having a difficult time, and I just wrote his name down, that God would restore my dad's hearing. And so I've been praying since then for my dad. And I'm 29 right now, so I've been praying that long. But God is faithful. And I believe through this surgery that through circumstances that my parents live in Green Bay, Wisconsin right now, that doors have opened up for him to discover this surgery, this doctor in Milwaukee. And so I really believe that this is an answer to all my prayers, and God just opened the door for this at this time in his life, because over the years it's gotten way worse. Right now he has 14% hearing in his left ear and 35% hearing in his right ear. So it's been a struggle with family for him, and talking and communicating at home. I have 3 younger sisters that they are still raising, and it's a struggle for them. I see, they try to say daddy, daddy, and try to show him things, and he doesn't hear, and so he walks out the room. He's not trying to be rude, but it just comes across to them. They don't really understand. It's hard for them. I see it, and it's hard for my mom. It's hard for me. It's hard for especially him at work, trying to hear customers. He's a print technician manager at a company in Green Bay, and he loves his job. He loves what he does, but he struggles hearing and working with people. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. He continues to do it. My dad is 61 years old, and so he's been struggling for many years with his hearing and understanding people. Going out to eat with him is, I always have to tap him and point, like, Dad, she's talking to you, or the waiter. and then he can't really hear her. I have to reiterate what she's saying or point on the menu, like stuff like that. Or my mom helps, or whoever's there helps him. And it's an embarrassment to him. He feels, I can't imagine slowly losing my hearing and trying to interact in this world with people and that don't understand or don't have the patience to. So like I said, my dad's 61, and he was not going to consider having this surgery, especially the financial costs of this. It's like $100,000 surgery plus the implant itself is like $30,000. So it's an expensive surgery. In the beginning of all this, wasn't sure about the insurance company paying for anything at all. Like, they were telling him like that's considered a cosmetic. It was a mess in the beginning, but we finally got it worked out that the insurance company is going to pay 80% of it, and he has to just pay 20%. So, praise the Lord, he's only needing to pay $6,000 an year, $12,000 total. That's still a lot, but it's not like $200,000, he's paying out of his pocket. So that's been a huge blessing that God has just worked out and intervened in that area for him. That's given him a little bit more of a hope, because I know he's nervous about the surgery. I talk to him all the time, and I just try to encourage him and tell him, because he struggles with feeling alone in this and feeling overwhelmed with the price and being at his age and thinking he needs to learn sign language, and then how is the whole family going to learn sign language, and just how is he going to communicate, and what if he never hears his wife's voice again? He's told me, and I can't imagine not hearing my husband's voice ever again. So I really believe after all these years that this is an answer to prayer. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what God is going to do with this surgery for him. Thank God that he's given man this knowledge and this understanding to do this surgery, so that people who are deaf can hear, can enjoy life. I can't imagine not being able to hear, not hearing music, not hearing my husband's voice, not hearing the birds singing in the morning and the ocean roaring and just all that stuff. So, about 6 months ago, I felt God tell me that I see my dad's overwhelming pain and hardship with hearing, not being able to hear, and then the costs of this surgery. And I see him struggling and his pain. And God told me, there's a story in the Bible that talks about, I'm just going to summarize it. There's a man that was beaten up on the road by robbers, and 3 people, was it 2 or 3 people, walked past him and saw him and his need, that he was struggling, but kept walking. And God told me, are you going to be like those other people in the Bible that just walk past someone that you see is hurting, that you see is struggling? Or are you going to stop and help? And I chose right then and there that I was going to do everything that I could to help my dad and my parents at this stage in their lives, being older, you know, having this financial difficulty and still raising children. By the way, I forgot to mention about how my parents have adopted 3 my younger sisters, and even before that they adopted a brother and a sister from Jamaica. And since I was in 9th grade, my parents foster cared over 40 children in their home, and so their ministry for the Lord is helping children. And so my dad, you know, is definitely burdened about, he know that his calling was to help children, but how is he going to be able to talk to them and tell them about Jesus if he can't speak to them and they don't know sign language? And so I definitely chose to be doing whatever I can do to help my dad. If I had the $12,000, I would give it to him in a second. I really would. But I don't have it. That's the reality. So that's why I started a GoFundMe page, and that's why I've been doing different fundraisers to help my parents and the financial costs of this surgery. And I mean, so far it's doing good. I still have a bit to go, but I just wanted to tell my story, tell my parents' story a little bit, to let you know that, you know, there's a need and I can't provide fully for them, but I know that I have friends and family that love my family, love my parents, and maybe actually you don't even know my parents, but you know me, and maybe you could help. And even just a little bit, just $5 adds up. I calculated that if all my 250 friends, I think it was 250 or 200, now I forget, but if all of them donated $20, I would have enough money. So just a little bit, anything goes a long way. And I'm, like I said, this is all a surprise, and I'm planning either January 14th or 15th. Giving my dad a check. I'm going to record it on Facebook Live so everybody can see. But I'll let you guys know too what exact date that's going to be, because it's going to be centered around his work schedule. January 17th is the date that he's going to have the cochlear implant done on his left ear. He's going to start with that because it's the worst. And gosh, I can't wait to give all this money to my dad and my mom, to let them know that what Satan has been feeding them, that they're alone, that they're struggling financially, how are they going to do this in their older age, is nothing but a lie. They are not alone. There's people that love them, that care about them, and above all, the God of the universe loves them and cares about them. And so I just wanted to ask if you would support me in this and participate. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. So I just wanted to ask if you could check out the GoFundMe website. I posted on Facebook. What's the exact website? Here it is. It's gofundme.com/helpmydadhear/cochlear hearing is the website, but I'll post it down below also, so you could just click on it. And again, this is all a surprise for my dad and my mom. So if you can keep it a surprise till January, that would be great. And if you would like to help out in any other way, just let me know, message me. If you have any other questions, please feel free to message me about this. I'm totally open and wanting to share whatever to support my dad in this fundraiser for him. So thanks for listening to this very long story. And I'm sorry it's emotional. All right. Peace and out. Peace. Thank you.